Sleep is one of the most important aspects of recovery for health, for building muscle and strength, and for generally feeling good during the day. Sleep is something I've struggled with since I was a child. They would diagnose me with sleep apnea as a child. I had a surgery to remove my adenoids, I think, something in your throat. Didn't completely fix the issue, and I still have very bad snoring, sleep apnea-like symptoms under certain circumstances. And I slept with a CPAP machine for about, I want to say, 7 years. Sorry that took me so long to think of. I switched away from CPAP machines for a few reasons. Number one, there was a class action lawsuit against the CPAP that I used for many years, saying that it was causing cancer. So basically that left a sour taste in my mouth there. And also I thought that I could do it in different ways naturally. Number one, if you have sleep apnea, losing weight is going to be generally the best. But there's other things that you can do to also alleviate symptoms. This is not only a sleep apnea video, it's also a general sleep video. So I've got 8 things to go through here. Some of them are for sleep apnea. Some of them are for just good sleep. You've probably heard some of these, maybe you haven't, but these are kind of all the things I try to practice. These are in no particular order as well. And I've also got a few props for you down the line. Number one, limit food and especially alcohol before bed. Alcohol makes me snore worse than anything else. You've probably experienced this. If you've ever come upon an intoxicated person sleeping, a lot of times they'll be snoring, even if they're someone that doesn't usually snore. So generally limit alcohol consumption before bed, but also food before bed can disrupt sleep and cause issues with that. I think there's a general guideline out there, but if you're someone that has to eat a lot of food like me, I will at least try to keep it an hour and a half before I get into bed. So, number 2, take a warm shower. Don't be on your phone, and also do some reading while you're in bed. This is sort of a 3-part point that's basically just, I guess these aren't really related, but it's sort of like a pre-bed routine type deal. So warm shower has its own unique benefits, but being nice and clean before you get into bed, and also I think that if you take a hot shower, your body when you get out will actually try to cool itself down, which is going to help you get into sleep. Look that up as well if you're interested more in the mechanism by which that works. No phone, I'm sure you've heard blue light, so also limit that probably an hour and a half before bed. And reading a book, what else are you going to do? Definitely don't be scrolling on your phone, and if you need to do something, replace it with reading. You'll also get a bit smarter, or at least be a bit more entertained by whatever book you choose to read. Number 3, not related to sleep apnea or sleep quality, really, but if you're somebody that deals with pain, and I'll actually loop this in with another point right afterwards. If you've got a lot of pain, back pain, or any pain that's keeping you awake, or if you roll wrong, wakes you up, do mobility before bed as well. I do mobility before I take my shower usually. Just loop that in as my routine. I tend to get some back pain, so mobility helps out. Also, shoulder pain, stuff like that. Point number 4, try sleeping on your side with a pillow between your legs and also holding a pillow here. Basically, you want to sort of mummify yourself in some fashion. So I think sleeping on your side generally is the best for sleep apnea, and I think it's also the best for back pain. Pillow between your knee helps with back pain. Pillow here in front of you helps with shoulder discomfort and things like that. So play around with putting more pillows around you, and if you can get yourself to not move around too much in your sleep, that will also help, I think. All right, a couple of interesting ones here. These are things you can buy. People always like things you can buy. Mouth tape. This is definitely a sleep apnea one. If you snore, if you have sleep apnea, even if you have a CPAP machine, I tape my mouth. Now, can you see that in there? The 3M micropore. This is the stuff you want. This is medical grade, stay stuck, and I like to tape my entire mouth. I'm unafraid of suffocation or anything like that. I've never woke up having to rip it off or anything, but maybe that's just because I got used to it. Another thing you can buy, eye mask. This is a blackout eye mask. I would search for that. I don't know the brand, but it's like something Bear. I would highly recommend this. It's very cushy here. I would recommend something that's not gonna push against your eye. So I like these cushy ones that are also completely blacking out any light. So that is good. Another thing you can buy, this is number 6. The only sleep supplement that is, first of all, not going to affect you negatively. You need magnesium anyway, but also actually works, magnesium glycinate, or I guess any kind of magnesium, but I think this is a good one. Sports Research. I generally take a couple of these before bed. I just took them and I'm already feeling fairly sleepy. Melatonin also obviously works, but people say not to take it anymore. Back in 2012 or whenever sleep became such a hot topic, melatonin was recommended, and I used it continuously for many years and got great sleep, I thought, as a result of it. I didn't really ever feel any negatives to it, and I was also able to come off of it very easily. I don't use it anymore, just magnesium. Now, if you can hear in my voice, I've got allergies. I think that also contributes to my snoring and sleep apnea and stuff a lot. If you're someone with allergies, take an allergy pill. Do a daily nasal spray, whatever that is. This is fluticasone propionate. I'll do one of those every day. And also a daily neti pot, if you can swing that. Daily, or at least, to combat acute symptoms. Neti pot's a thing that you put in your nose and squirt. I think the first of this video series I did a neti pot. Go back and watch that if you're interested. It's a bit disgusting and also kind of hard to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's a bit premium, I'm telling you. If you've got sinus issues at all, neti pot is very good. as far as beginner neti pot setup, get distilled water, a neti pot. I got mine off Amazon. It's like a porcelain ceramic deal, just because I didn't want plastic. And then get yourself some saline packets from Walmart or something. You can't just use regular table salt, but you need the salt in there to prevent it from drying out. I just put the salt into the distilled water and microwave it for 30 seconds or a minute or something like that. Just pour it through my nose and I'm good to go. Related to that, practice nasal breathing. I think I can attribute a lot of being able to come off of the CPAP machine to doing a lot of zone 2 cardio while nasal breathing, which apparently is a trainable trait. So if you snore, you're probably, or at least you could be, a mouth breather. And to get that system stronger, doing zone 2 cardio, nasal breathing the entire time seems to be a good thing. Shane Hunt, I've also heard talking about mewing, which mewing is, usually associated with people trying to looks max or whatever. But apparently mewing may be good for sleep apnea as well. So maybe mewing. That's the end of my list. There's also obvious ones that people talk about all the time. Sleeping in a cold room. I always sleep with some kind of noise and a fan. And I definitely do not sleep with any kind of a television or audio that's a human voice going on in the background. Nice white noise, nice cold room. Nice and dark, but you've got your eye mask, so you shouldn't need to worry about that. And yeah, I think that about does it. Kind of a long video, but it is made me sleep much better. And sleep is very important. So apply some of these, apply all of them, test out other stuff. Let me know what you think. Peace out, bye.